Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon and good evening to you. Welcome back to Gospel News, where we give you ogbonge information on as you take the go. We'll go straight to the reason why we are here. Today is the 26th day of May 2023. They say that a dawn red for Imo State now, as they talk to you, say that the UGM have struck again. And this time around, Hope Uzodinma is in serious panic. Remember that Hope Uzodinma is the Supreme Court Governor of Imo State. They say gunmen have killed His Royal Highness Eze Victor Ijeoma, the traditional ruler of Orsu Obodo in Oguta local government area of Imo State. And they say that in dead body was burnt beyond repair. As they talk to you, if no be say we know say na him. They say they for no know who died that thing. Wahala no too much. Nigerian government. Now Hope Uzodinma, since your income, since your leadership as the governor of Imo State, people never sleep with their eyes closed. They say if people drink water now, they know they feel drop a cup again. As Hope Uzodinma just they scatter everywhere. Look at what UGM is doing. These UGM have been, revealed to be sponsored by the Nigerian politicians who have greed and envy against innocent citizens. Look at what we have here. Nnamdi, Kanu, Nigeria no longer practicing democracy. The law, rule of law damaged. Primate Ayodele don't speak out. He said, remember that Nnamdi Kanu has been held without any reason as I speak to you now, despite all the courts that have ruled in his favor. Nigeria government have refused to release him. Now waiting this man see. He said, he no go keep quiet again. Say he have to speak out to let Buhari and his cohort know that Nigeria is no longer practicing democracy and the rule of law. You don't scatter, pata. When we go into details without wasting your time at all. Now, they say that gunmen have invaded Imo State, Kīll monarch and one other person. There is confusion in the Orsu Obodo community in the Oguta local government area of Imo State, as unidentified gunmen invaded the area on Thursday, sending to judgment the traditional ruler of the community, His Royal Highness Eze Victor Ijeoma. May his soul rest in peace. The traditional prime minister of Ngbele community, Isama of Ngbele, was also assassinated in the same Oguta local government area. Mama mia, this one are two targets at the same time. Daily Post gathered that the two leaders were sent to judgment in separate strikes on Thursday in different cities. Now in this one they happen. It's not as if they are living in the same city. They are living in different areas, in different communities. But the UGM targeted them to show you that these things are acts of political hooligans. The Orsu Obodo monarch, according to community sources, was assassinated inside his car at Umuaka Junction in the neighboring town of Izombe. The source further said that the attackers, dissatisfied with his demand, continued by setting his corpse ablaze inside his vehicle. However, it was reported that Mbele community leader had died in his hometown. According to another local source, military and other security personnel have expanded their presence in Izombe, Ngbele, and the nearby communities to apprehend the offenders who have now turned to hit and run strategies. This one, the way they say they don't turn to hit and run strategies, I'm still wondering if these political gunmen have ever hit and stayed. They know they hit and stay. Now, each time they strike, they disappear into thin air. The Ezigbe Ososu Obodo was reportedly accosted when he was driving at Umuakama Junction in the afternoon. They shot him, lit him on fire in his car, and then they fled the scene. Soldiers and other security personnel are actively searching the villages For the attackers, as I speak to you, the source said. Now, when you hear soldiers are searching the villages to apprehend the perpetrators, you begin to wonder, did they see them? Were they caught on CCTV camera carrying out these attacks? The answer is no. So how can you tell me that you have gone into the villages to apprehend the perpetrators of this heinous act? This is very, very difficult because nobody knows who is who. Once this act of sending to judgment is carried out, these people might disguise and become like ordinary people. So what the police will do now is to go and look for a random person who doesn't know nothing about this, raid them and bring them to the general public, force them to say what they are not, and then they accuse them of being behind these attacks, which is unacceptable. This has been the modus operandi of the Nigerian police, and this has to stop. Henry Okoye, the Imo State Police spokesperson, could not be reached for comment on the situation, as all effort to reach him through his telephone lines proved abortive. They know they ever answer calls to brief the press. After, they will say that the press is not doing well, that the press have reported what they don't understand. Meanwhile, you have the opportunity to position the press. Of course, the Nigerian police are filled up with lies, but at least let them come and give us those lies. May we hear, but they no go, you no go even see them to feed you with lies. Now be juju be that. Which kind of country be this? Hope Uzodinma, this is your state. This is what you have caused. This is what Ibubago is doing in Imo State. This is unacceptable. And it's a pity that these things are happening in the southeast. How will investors come? How will you boast that you have ended insecurity? How will you boast that you have taken the youths off the streets without providing jobs, providing roads, schools, and hospitals that can even employ people too? Then you know that you have given the devil a task to carry out in your failed state. Tofia. Now, as we proceed, may we go to Primate Ayodele over Nnamdi Kanu's issue, where he made it clear that that the rule of law in Nigeria have failed woefully, and as it is now, it is almost irredeemable. Following the continued trial of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, the leader of INRI Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Elijah Ayodele, has blasted the federal government and the judiciary sector for corrupting the democratic system and damaging the rule of law. This man is not an Igbo man. This man is not an IPOB member. This man is not from the eastern part of the country. Rather, I think he's a Yoruba man. You see, all these our Christian pastors, he's one of them. Even though I don't believe in all these their prophecies where they take they scam people too, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't know what is going on in the country. He has come out to condemn the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu illegally, who was extraordinarily renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria by this failed administration of Oponkonyanogore Nasorok, where they call Muhammadu Mbuari, who has buried the country into canal before trying to tag team Nnamdi Kanu to Tinubu Shetima Muslim ticket agenda. Primate Ayodele said Nigeria's democracy was under threat, and it has become a selection when it comes to elections, which means that Primate Ayodele knows that Tinubu rigged the 2023 presidential elections with the help of INEC. He mentioned that the country is practicing democracy of bondage due to the leaders ruling and ruining the nation. In a statement signed by his media aide, Oluwatosin Osho, the clergyman said the judges don't allow justice to prevail. No be waiting, I don't tell on. I say, if Nnamdi Kanu has not gotten justice, is it P2B that we get justice? If you are reasoning like that, then you know that there is something seriously wrong with your mental oblongata. If this man, if Nnamdi Kanu cannot get justice, then believe me, from now till thy kingdom come, P2B can never get justice. And you might be wondering why. Oh, are you envying P2B? Are you praying that he doesn't succeed? No is the answer. I want him to succeed because that is his own lane. But the truth of the matter here is that P2B is on the same lane. This is how they see him as Nnamdi Kanu in another form. That there is no difference between that. They see him, P2B is an Igbo man, Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man. So they are the same set of people. And what are they reasoning about him? They reason that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is following his own agitation for Biafra on a straight lane. And P2B entered another route to also achieve that same goal. That is how they see an average Igbo man. No matter how you prove that you are not part of IPOB, you are not a Biafran, Biafra is dead, you don't bury him for your backyard, you use cement, take cement ammo, you pump on your, it will never work for them. They see you as a threat to Nigeria. That is how they see P2B. And that is why he can never, ever get that justice that he's seeking for in the same court that is being controlled by these same Fulani people. According to Ayodele, in a statement signed by his media aide, Orsu said the judges don't allow justice to prevail. Rather, they fight for their personal interest at the detriment of the masses. According to him, there is nothing like democracy in Nigeria anymore. It is under threat and it has become a selection. The system to strengthen democracy in Nigeria is corrupt already. We are in a democracy of bondage. Judges don't allow justice. They have forgotten that we will all be judged by God at the end. The cases surrounding this election will not come out as expected. Did I say it or not? If they tell you now, say kuru kuru, all of on our way they write up and down. Oh, there is a judgment that will prove that P2B won. Oh, there is a judgment that will disgrace Tinubu. Tinubu has been exposed. He is not going to be. All those ones are clickbait. Anybody telling you that Obi is coming is deceiving you. Believe it or not, we give you raw truth here. He said the cases surrounding this election will not come out as expected. The judiciary system is nothing to write home about. If this man can tell you that, then who are you to believe that Obi is coming? You might just be wasting the entire hope of your life. Ayodele frowned at the excessive disobedience of the government at judgment while referring to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. He said that the way when court don't take note, they hear something over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as in to release him, say those ones show, say that nothing good will come out of this judicial system when they don't carry P2B. Abi P2B don't carry Tinubu and his, what did they call that one? Shetima, go. He explained that Kanu had done nothing that shouldn't allow the rule of law to be effective. But due to the inefficiency of players in the judiciary sector, the judgment to releasing Nnamdi Kanu fell on deaf ears. Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention all this while, despite the fact that the court has approved his release. The government in charge of our democracy didn't allow him to go. What did he do? Did he kill anyone? That is what Primate Ayodele is asking. He did not kill anyone, just that he's asking for referendum, which is the same thing that they are robbing on Peter Obi. So Peter Obi, I want to let you know something, that you cannot bypass. No be so, you know, they work like that. When I was saying, has P2B ever condemned the detention of Mazina? They say, forget that one. No, they talk like that. I beg. May no talk. Make a dodge justice. Make a dodge truth to go and get his mandate. How can you get mandate when you have not speaking or spoken truth to power? Is that possible? No. P2B cannot get justice. Now, me tell you today, if you like, you can bet on it. Or what exactly did he do that can allow the rule of law to be effective? There is no judgment in Nigeria. Those at the helm of affairs will determine if a judge will be followed or not. And that's pointless, he said. This is coming from Pastor Ayodele. Now, him be this man who they see for screen here. Now, him talk and say, there is nothing like rule of law in Nigeria, he does not hold water. Peter Obi came out to tell us that Biafra, he don't die. But today, they are showing him that even yourself, you don't die for Nigeria hand.
Labor. Okay. Person when talk about Biafra. Biafran war ceased to exist 52 years ago. And it remains so. Okay. I'm a Nigerian.
They'll clap for you.
I contest as a Nigerian. I have said that those who are agitating, be it those who are agitating in southwest, in southeast, in the north, everywhere. There's agitations everywhere. Because today, because of the injustice, unfairness, marginalization, poverty, call it any name, people are bound to agitate. Even your house do the same thing, people will agitate. I said I'll consult and discuss with all of them, but not in anything. A new Nigeria is what I want to build, and people will be proud, and everybody will live in it. That's why I said that I'll solve the problem of the north, I'll solve the problem of the southwest, southeast, and every. I want Nigerians to move around with their passport, happy that they're Nigerians. We must bring back that. I've traveled all over the world. I've shown an example.
I don't hear and when they explain and say Biafra don't die, you want Nigerians to be proud of their passport. In as much as we know that this is your dream, but it is not obtainable, as long as Nigeria remains one. Believe it or not, Bitobi, they no go agree give him that justice that he seeks. They no go agree give him that, what did they call him? That mandate that they stole from him. Loriro is not obtainable. Now me tell you so. Go and argue with your keyboard. That's the truth of the matter. You know, he's dodging Nnamdi Kanu, release him when the court has ruled. And you are in the same court, you want to obtain justice. Sorry, may God no allow them. I leave this case for here. I will be coming back to give you more update on how it take the go. Thank you and remain blessed.